Hey, te discipuli and te omnes. I want to do one of my favorite words to etymologize today, especially because I see it so often now. It's a kind of a reaching back as we get older. Now, it's not up here on the board, but I'm about to put it up on the board. That being said, you can go support me wherever you can, non-monetary. Go rate me on Rate My Professor. That really helps me out, honestly. If you haven't and you can't do the Ko-Fi, thank you again, Ebersol, for being my most recent Ko-Fi contribution. Just rate me wherever you can. Help me out. It helps me out to have people touching my content on all other platforms because that gives the algorithm the thing like, oh, hey, you know what? People are liking this stuff. Let's funnel more people this direction. And people are being so irresponsible with the platform that they have as influencers that I don't know, just makes me think of Uncle Ben, you guys. With great power comes great responsibility. And when I see I see how people wield that responsibility very irresponsibly, very irresponsibly. And it just saddens me because I think that social media can be such an amazing, beautiful, informative thing that brings people together, it brings learning together and communities together, but it can also create such divisiveness and such, you know, opinionated views and arguing. And yeah, go check out my one of my most recent podcasts on that kind of stuff. But the word that we're going to talk about here, algia. Algia is something that we see a lot in the medical field, by the way. It refers to pain, algia. Like if you are presenting with back pain, that's what we call dorsalgia, dorsum, back, algia, pain. Fancy word for back pain. Fibromyalgia, fibers, the fiber tissues, myo, muscle, algia, the pain of. Anyways, nostos here. So we know that this is the pain of. And nostos here is something that we see a lot in Greek adventures, Greek texts. It means they're returning to home. It's like Odysseus's nostos was the Odyssey, long-winded efforts to get back home, as well as the further into isolation as he loses all of his companions as he makes his way back to Ithaca. That being said, though, it's the pain of returning home. Because when you think about it, it's kind of bittersweet, right? It's like when you leave for college or something like that. You're no longer that entity that you were before you left college, right? You come back as more of a guest in your own house. And that's just kind of growing up, right? The returning of returning home, but there's a pain to it. That's why as we get older, I think we reach back to those things that made us feel so fulfilled as those kids when we were at home. And it's also because everything's so complicated now that we're just trying to, like, find some happiness in any way. And not gonna lie, I have a lot of nostalgia for video games that I'd play with my brother back in the day, and building forts and having airsoft gun fights and being outside and being with my best friend. So if you didn't know, now you know. Nostalgia. Also, fibromyalgia. Also, dorsalgia. Maybe you can think of other algia words, or maybe you can think of a nostos word. But that being said, I hope you learned something new. Don't possess the Skederay.